Josh Brogan here with JTV Sports here at Media Day with head coach Herb Brogan of the Lumen Christi Titans. Coach, going into your 46th season, coming off a fantastic year, winning your third straight state title, 14th in program history. Just talk about what last year meant to you and kind of how that propels this team, a new team, into this offseason.
Well, I think, we faced some of the same issues last year that we faced this year, and that is I've always felt that success brings its own set of problems, and that when you win a couple, there's a sense of complacency. And we certainly fought through that last year, and so that's one of the points we've been trying to make with the kids all year long this year, is you have to make things happen. Things are just not going to happen. And having said that, we lost some really key pieces. We lost the entire offensive line, minus one. You lost Cadell, you lost Timmy, the quarterback. So there's just an awful lot of pieces that we got to replace in offense.
You talk about replacing all those pieces. Now you got a great youth program, great junior high program. Can you just speak to kind of how your system allows to not completely be rebuilding years, but kind of be refilling years?
Well, I think the key is, number one, the commitment of the kids, but secondly, the commitment of the entire coaching staff. We've had people with us for a long time in the middle school level, at the high school level. We got Joe Williams back this year. I think the continuity of the coaching staff plays a key role in that. We're all on the same page. We've been doing the same things for a long time, and it allows, I think, for a steady progression.
You mentioned your coaching staff, and when I was looking down your high school coaching staff list, the shortest term was 13 years. Your defensive coordinator been with you 13 years. Everybody else was even longer than that. What does that continuity do for you in a year like this, where you have a lot of new student athletes, but your coaching staff and your system and scheme is still the same, and that continuity between the coaches?
Well, I think you got to worry about teaching the kids. You don't have to worry about teaching the coaches, and that's a big thing, because when someone comes in from the outside, regardless of the experience they've had, there are nuances, there are changes that have to be made. So, basically, it makes it a lot easier on me. There's a lot less organization in the sense of you got to have the coaches doing this or that. They know what to do. We start the off-season program, and we just basically cut them loose, because we've got confidence that they know what to do, and they're going to do it.
Let's go to your offense. You said it. You returned one starter, Antoine Baker, your tackle, and you got to replace that with 10 players. What is your offense going to look like this year? Should we expect a similar offense with different people, or what are your expectations going into the year?
Well, I think one of the things we pride ourselves in is being able to adapt to what we have. And we're not going to know for sure what we have until we get into the season a little bit. I think we'll have some answers after the scrimmage the first week. But my gut feeling is we're probably going to have to throw the ball a little bit more than what we have in the past. Obviously that becomes easier if you can run the ball, because then we can utilize the play-action game a lot more. But we're going to attempt to do the same things that we've done in the past, and adjust on the fly as we go.
On the defensive side, you bring over a lot more experience. 6 players returned from your team last year, which was a fantastic defense. So you got to be excited about what you have coming back on the defensive side. Just talk about how that leadership, that experience on the defensive side will help you be successful this year.
Well, I think the experience helps in terms of in high school you see so many different offenses and so many different sets, and when you have experience it makes it a little bit easier to adjust. But having said that, we're going to get a really steady dose of the spread this year. We're going to see some great offensive players. I think I mentioned to you that Montini's quarterback is the 5th-rated quarterback in the nation. Notre Dame's quarterback is one of the top-rated quarterbacks in the state. Divine Child has a VD kid that's got numerous Big Ten offers. The tailback from Toledo St. Francis has got numerous Big Ten offers. So there are an awful lot of really great offensive players that we're going to see this year. And regardless of how experienced we are, we're going to be tested. But to have those amount of kids back, and the amount of time they've played, and the leadership that we have at the linebacker position, I feel good that we're going to be able to be solid on that side of the ball.
Coach, you talked about, that's where I was going to go next, was I don't care how much experience you have coming back or how much talent you have a gauntlet of a schedule. We start with Montini Catholic, 7-time state champion last year, state champion in Illinois. You have Pontiac Prep that comes back as a semifinalist. We have state finalist and state champion in Catholic Central Grand Rapids, and then you get into your Catholic League play, and then your non-conference after that is not any easier. I mean, can you just talk about this schedule in general, how it came together, and what a challenge that will be for your squad this year?
Well, the Catholic League is set in 3 middle games, and 3 really high-quality opponents there. Montini could not find a game in Illinois. We could not find one in Michigan, so that's basically how we came together there. Notre Dame Prep, who's a defending state champion, has been on the schedule for a couple of years now. Toronto St. Michael's was supposed to come back this year, and they backed out at the last minute. Grand Rapids Catholic was available, and I think everybody's aware of what type of program that is. We then get into the Catholic League. The team from Canada is not your typical Canadian team. As I mentioned to you, the reason that they're playing us and a number of other teams in the States is because nobody up there will play them. So we've got a gauntlet, but I think it's important that you challenge your kids, that you give your kids an opportunity to do something great. And I think that's one of the things that frustrates me when we're looking for games and we can't find people to play us, is, give your kids a chance to do something great. If you lose a football game, it's a football game. It is not the end of the world. I think one of the real reasons that we've been very successful in the playoffs is because we challenge ourselves in the regular season, and win or lose, I feel that we become better through that process, and so I think have the toughest schedule that we've had in a long time. But if that's the case, then we'd better be prepared to play the toughest schedule that we've had in a long time. And our goal is not to go necessarily 9-0. Our goal is to get ourselves into the playoffs. And so if we can do that, I think we're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
And you get into the playoffs, you're going to face your best competition in the regular season, likely not in the postseason, which will be incredible for your team. Coach, what does this team need to do over the next month when you get into camp to really prepare and be ready to go for Montini Catholic?
Well, I think we've got to mature as a group. This is a brand new group, and we've had a very good off season. I think coming off last year, we knew that this was going to be probably a little bit more of a challenge as we've had recently. But I can say with the off season we've had, I'm much more optimistic now than I would have been last December. So I think we've made great strides. But you just don't know how kids are going to respond, how they're going to play when that first whistle blows, when they've never had the experience of doing that before. So there are just a lot of questions to answer, and I think the quicker that we mature as a group, the better chance of success we're going to have.
Coach, let's step off the football field and look back at this summer, get to know you personally a little bit more. Can you just talk about what has been the most memorable part of your summer this year?
I mean, in terms of the kids, it's just, coming in Monday, Wednesday, Friday and getting down to business, and, walking up there at 10 to 8 and seeing our offensive guys are at work already, and we're doing some great conditioning work, we're doing some great strength training work, and I just think you just appreciate the hard work that the kids put in over a long period of time to make themselves better.
Here with head coach Herb Brogan of the Lumen Christi Titans, 12-time state champion winner here. They're going to start the season off with Montini Catholic in Illinois and then continue on with their season. Coach, best of luck this year.
Thanks a bunch, Josh.